So consequently, we'll be doing 4 long sessions, at least, you know, a solid hour sittings. And I'll be doing my thing. There'll be lots of things going on, lots of energy changes, lots of different points of view, different mandalas being used, etc. There's going to be, as far as that kind of thing goes, it's going to be a fairly elaborate, intensive. We'll be resting inside the rays, the Shiva rays that we've been working with all week. So I want to talk to you a little bit more about how that works as well later on. But it's important to rest in the such as you are state. Don't express yourself as something other than you are. Yet give me the best edge of brilliance and strength and ability that you've got for the next 6-7 hours. Because the conversation is going to be going moment by moment. I'm looking for somebody to bump in me so I can whack you with my walking stick. And I have to, you have to bump me first. And so...
Well, can you do that one again?
But the...
How do we bump you?
If you give me your best illumination, your best brilliance, such as you are, it'll happen automatically. It's called the Mahamudra, the Great Seal. Everything unfolds and expresses itself perfectly at all times. Effort is, of course, an illusion, but it's something, it's a tool to use to pull yourself into a depth of intent, a state of being. When you're crossing the surf, you got to use it. When you're in the pocket, you can just sit there, and you arise spontaneously as such. I'm always bringing that theme by. This path is self-apparent. I had a conversation with a few of you over the course of the retreat. I was just kind of wondering what was going on, and I asked a couple of people what they thought. Would they define the concept of emptiness? And after about the 3rd person, I stopped asking, because the literalness with which oftentimes the quality that you think of that term. Empty means self-apparent. You automatically arise as yourself, more brilliantly than any form of contrivance can produce. Recognition of this is difficult, and that's the trick. You want to know why? Because you're all messed up between the subjective and objective identity. But, as I said, we're not going to do complex philosophical equations today. But that is why. Second, you stop that split, recognition arises spontaneously. You arise naturally and without effort. But if the subjective and objective identity exist, you're divided against yourself. What can occur? Now there's a path of a backdoor approach where the mind, of course, it's the nature of the mind to think. And when the mind is expressing its own self-nature, it's in an adamantine, undestructible pose. So why there's no effort required to control it, to stop it, or start it, whatever. And then maybe through that you can get a handle on the apparent self-arising. But as far as effort is concerned, we're going to be sitting here a lot. The minutes are going to tick by, hours are going to tick by, your body's going to hurt. There's going to be lots of energy, there'll be no energy, you'll be all up and down, like I'm experiencing something, I'm not experiencing something. Both are a complete illusion. Self-appearance is all. But watch the drama anyway, because something always does happen, even if it is illusion. What makes this path kind of interesting is because it rests on self-appearance, it doesn't have to occupy itself with external or rigid belief systems. The actual efficaciousness of the methods are hidden and very strong. When you start seeing what I'm doing, that's the education. It's like the test. If you see it, you passed. Nobody's asking you to bow 100,000 times to a statue somewhere before it happens. It's right here, it's right now. It's going to happen. There'll be no external fanfare. It's a kind of a style. Just like, you notice how Shiva Ratri was last week? It was like how it came out of nothing, and it was nothing, it was constantly nothing, yet everything occurred. It rested at the deepest level. It's just shown it emerged from that space. Whatever projection or drama occurred was that. And that was your expression of involvement with something that is intangible, can't be expressed by the mind, can't be conceived by the mind, can never be seen, never has been seen, never will be. There is always the illusion, there's always the drama that when you create the story. This illusion, yoga maya, samsara maya, maya. There are actually, let me see, in the Vedas, 1, 2, 3, 4, 17 grades of maya. Just as there are 18 grades of emptiness on the first pass of the list of known qualities. That's because they're scientists and they note the collection of qualities and go, oh, an effect, a perception is made. It's unique to itself.
Do those 18 forms of emptiness correlate with the 17 forms of Maya with one?
Well, it's a beautiful question, and there's 16 that constantly change, 16 forms of Maya, because it's based upon time itself is broken up into 4 sessions of 4. The 17th form of Maya is that last stage where consciousness joins into the Atman. The Atman becomes the Paramatman. The drama that something occurred is the last Maya, in a way of speaking. But then you can take that Maya and split it 18 ways empty. This is all true, I'm not making this up. You know, and that's just the stuff they write about. The oral tradition that is never spoken and never put into words, that's where the real juice is. The stuff I'm talking about you can read about in books. The real secrets, again, the only way you get to see it is if you can see it. So this is very good training for that, because nobody is ever going to tell you anything. That's a promise.